a hat. Mbappe's impact at this World Cup is greater than the impact that Cristiano or Messi has had in any other World Cup. But Croatia were willing to die for that win. Pogba was huge. Pogba was huge. We want to do something really special. Uwe Benzema. Uwe Benzema. Modric is one of the players of the tournament so far. That dude, Varane. This is an amazing opportunity for France. They never give up. They never give up. 3 times they've been behind, they've managed to come back. The heart and desire of this team is huge. Will Labil finally shut off all the flipping critics? Will Drich seal the deal as out and out the best player in the world? Will Deschamps be vindicated for not taking Benzema? No excuses. This is it, guys. This is it. This is the greatest game in all of sports. Everybody watches this. This is the most important moment in history. You go back to Genesis. You go back to the beginning of time before the earth was forged. The thing that was said that was going to be to define humanity, define all creatures from the ants to anything that was flying, was the World Cup final. There is nothing greater than the World Cup final. This is the greatest game. It's the greatest game. And I've been using the hashtag no excuses. And people say, okay, you keep saying this. What is the very meaning of this hashtag? Don't leave anything on the pitch. No regrets. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. Get it done. No explanations needed. Get it done. If ever there was a way to explain the very meaning of this hashtag, it is this game, it's the World Cup final. Because unbeknownst to a lot of people who talk online, and they're already assuming that France have won this, they have the better team, the more quality team, they're more superior, it should be an easy way. I don't think you understand what a World Cup final is. I don't think you understand what the Eastern European is. Because I know a lot of Eastern Europeans, what the Croatian is. This is a World Cup final. Respect the fact this is a World Cup final. It's not an easy game. Because once those players step out onto the pitch and they see the atmosphere and the referee blows the whistle, it's not like any other game. Because people are treating this like any other game. In any other game, oh yeah, France are favorites and France would win. In a friendly, a group game, maybe in a quarterfinal. A World Cup final, a winner takes all. One game to give you all. Your opponent wants it just as much as you. So let's look at France specifically. So France are a team where this is a bit of redemption. Perhaps one of the most disappointing moments in the history of French football was losing that Euro final to Portugal. They were overwhelming favourites. They had beaten Germany to get to that final. They were facing a team who actually came third in their group stage. And it was pretty much an assumption that they would win. But Portugal figured them out. Portugal did not allow them to play. It was a sticky game. It was an icky game. It was a bloody final that Portugal wanted to win just as much. And we all know what happened when Eder scored that amazing winning goal. So for France, 2 years on, I think they have learnt from that. And I think they will know that, you go into a final, it's a whole different game. You cannot assume anything. Same thing that happened to Portugal in Euro 2004. They assumed that they would beat Greece. Well, no, what happened with Greece? So I remind people it's a bi-final. But I think with France, they know they have the talent and the skill. But I think what it is specifically is about, can they execute? Can they get it done? Can they get their players to play at the level that is needed in a final? That's the thing. The talking is done. Your blogs, your medias, your posts, your articles, they don't mean anything when the referee blows whistle. It is me against you on the pitch. Croatia. Nobody thought Croatia would make it to this World Cup final, but they're here. They were always everyone's underdogs, everyone's dark horses that, they could do something. But people thought, you've got Spain, you've got Germany, usual suspects. So I think Croatia making the final has gone in tune with the World Cup that we've seen. Germany getting pimped, Spain getting pimped, Brazil getting pimped. It makes all sense that we see a new face in the World Cup final. So specifically with how both of these teams go, I think France know that they will go with the kind of approach that have served them so well. They're a balanced team, and Deschamps likes things to be balanced. So they attack when they need to attack. They defend when they need to defend, but they're very good at reading the opposition. I think for France, they're like, let's just gauge what Croatia are doing. Even if we have the attack, okay, we'll be doing our things, but we're not going to commit too many men forward. And especially in a final, France are going to be very, very cautious. But my advice to Deschamps is, you've got to find the balance. If you're too cautious, like where perhaps in our Euro final, you risk a danger of the game getting away from you. And if the game gets away from them, it could turn very nasty indeed. So, and with regards to Croatia, again, I think they're going to have a cautious approach as well. And what they want is Dric to have an amazing game. I think Dric, as I said again, he is one of the guys who are thinking could get a Ballon d'Or. So Croatians all around the world are saying, Dric, just give us one blood. Just give them one last drip of your blood for this. Just one last drip. If ever there's a match to literally just kill over and just throw your guts to the ground of red intestines and blood, it's this. It's this. And for Modric, he will know. He doesn't need to be told. This is the most important game of his career. This is one of the most important moments of his career based on the weight he's carrying on the shoulders of his country. But I think with France, we know what the threats are. Mbappe has had a superb tournament at 19 years old. What this guy has done is absolutely outstanding, and it's really bringing back the true energy of football, superseding those flops and frauds who pretend and mask themselves to be goats. So it's interesting what Mbappe does. So Giroud is a brick, but as my banter friends told me, he's a useful brick. And Giroud does helping with what Griezmann and Mbappe does. I think for Lovren and Vida, they have to be mindful of rather front three. But even more so, they've got to be mindful of a four, because when Pogba brings up with the ball, he does join in with a four. Pava and Hernandez, for me, have been the two best fullbacks at this World Cup. They have been absolutely outstanding. And I think the work that they've done there, consistency, going forward, bringing the ball forward, joining in the attacks and combining, has been absolutely outstanding. And I think for Croatia, they will know, especially for Vesalko, one of the best fullbacks in his position, he will know that, look, man, we've got to try and ping these guys back and watch for these guys going forward. But in the midfield as well, Kante, Matuidi and Pogba, they formed a very nice little trio. A very nice little trio. So for Croatia, they're going to have to really get onto Pogba, force Pogba into something he doesn't want to do, force Pogba to try and pass the ball and dictate the ball, push him even deeper. What they don't want is Pogba to be released. What they want is for Pogba to try and force to be in that central midfield area, because that is where he doesn't like to be, because Pogba's discomfort zone is being stuck in midfield where he's forced to pass and dictate the play, which is not his strength. But what Croatia don't want is him running with the ball, giving space, launching counterattacks. Croatia must at all costs restrict France from counterattacks. I think for Croatia, they're going to make this game bitty. stops, key fouls, take any rhythm out of France and make sure that they don't get into any kind of groove whatsoever. And I think even we're looking at defensively, for me, Varane has been one of the players of the tournament so far. He's been absolutely amazing. Umtiti, for me, is problematic. So Croatia, I think for them, they'll be of the mindset that, look, man, Zukic gets onto Umtiti. You play next to him, back towards him. And if your Visalko, your Dric, your Perisic, your Rebic gets those crosses into the box. If you can beat your man, beat your man. If you cannot, get good crosses from deep into the box and force Umtiti. Because Varane, for me, Varane's been one of the best defenders at this World Cup. Umtiti is a liability and there is a mistake in him. There is definitely a mistake in him. But I think, pertaining to the Croatian boys, man, I said Vida and Lovren, they've been very good. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they haven't conceded more than a goal in any game. I'm just trying to think back now. Yep, they've not conceded more than a goal in any game so far. That just shows you the quality of the defensive work that these guys are doing. And I believe that they conceded one against England. They conceded one against Denmark. Sorry, the only game in which they've conceded more than one goal was against Russia. And that was like deep into extra time. That's the only time they've conceded more than one goal. In the other games, they've only conceded one. They've not conceded more than one goal. So it's a great defense, but Croatia, this is going to be their toughest test. You're facing guys who have scored 4 Gs in a game, and you're facing some of the best frontmen in the world. But you're facing the frontmen and also the wing backs as well. But Rakitic needs a big game. He didn't have his best game in that match against England, because he needs to support Dric. Dric cannot do it all on his own. Now we're hearing that Perisic might have an injury doubt. Perisic is crucial. What I said, I repeat myself again, Perisic is crucial. Because the Perisic on his game will be a problem. It's just that has he already shut off his load already with the game that he's playing. But I believe that Perisic on his day can cause serious issues, serious problems. So that's the status that we're in right now. It's a tough one to call, guys. It's a very tough one to call. But I think even more so, man, Pogba, man, Pogba could have a really big say again because Pogba wants to shut down his critics. And Pogba, you need a big game because you're playing a key role in midfield. Because we know Kante and Matuidi are consistent. Kante has been one of the best performers at this World Cup so far. So we don't know what we can get from them. But for Pogba, he's been uneven. He was great in the last game. He needs an even bigger and greater game. Because everyone's going to be looking at Pogba versus Dric, who will control the midfield, who will have the biggest say in that midfield area. So I look at both of them. For me, I think this is going to be a tight World Cup. I think because people forget this as well, and Croatians will even say that Croatia like being the underdogs, and Croatia are the overwhelming underdogs. And you're looking at France, man. France have the ability to completely, totally destroy Croatia. If Croatia are not on their game and France really click and everyone is on form, France could blitz Croatia because France have scary talents. As in, the talent of Mbappe is frightening, absolutely frightening. What Pogba can do is absolutely incredible. And those fullbacks, those wing backs of Hernandez and Pavard are absolutely quality. So France have the ability to really totally rip Croatia to bits. But I do believe that Dalic is going to get his boys ready. As will Deschamps as well. But guys, I just have to keep banging this on. It is a World Cup final. So much is at stake. Legendary status is at stake. This is the biggest game in football. It's not only the biggest game in football, this is one of the biggest games outright. It's one of the biggest games outright. So, you're going to see a lot of passion. And it's a shame because if ever there's a match not to lose, it's this one. I told you, I said this in my third place playoff. Put me in the third place playoff. Because I don't want to go to a final and not win. You put me in a World Cup final, I'm winning. I'm cheating, I'm doping, I'm doing whatever it takes to win. I have to win, okay? Obviously, cheating and doping is wrong, but you get where I'm coming from. I'm not losing a World Cup final. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. So, predicting this is going to be... A part of me says this goes to penalties. There's a part of me that says this goes to penalties. There's a part of me that says this goes to penalties. But I've also got a 2-1 on the horizon. This isn't over in 90 minutes. It's drawn up in 90 minutes. So here is my thought process. This is one I'm going to give you guys. And this may be a prediction that's only I share. But my thinking of this is, it's a World Cup final. This World Cup, the shock of Germany, the surprise of Japan, the surprise of Sweden, the shock of Spain. There have been so many shocks and so many surprises. It's been such an amazing quality World Cup. It's been arguably the greatest World Cup so far. It only makes sense that a World Cup like this has a fitting ending, because it's been the World Cup of shocks. I believe Croatia are going to win this World Cup. I may be wrong. And if I'm wrong, there's nothing you can say to me, because, again, France should win this because it's France and if they've got the talent. But I'm just going by my gut feeling, because I think in a World Cup final, it's not about football. I keep reminding people, it's not about what's on paper, who plays where, the pedigree of people, the quality of people. It's a World Cup final. It's not about how good you are, it's how much you want it. Do not play down the power of the mind. Don't play down the power of the mind. Don't play the power of the psyche. Croatia will win on penalties. I see this going to penalties. I'm going to say 1-1. Goes all the way through. I'll say Croatia win on penalties. I was going to say maybe Croatia win 2-1 in extra time. There's nothing else. I think maybe they win 2-1 in extra time. But I'm going to roll with perhaps I'm going to say they win this on penalties. Again, I may be wrong, but something just tells me that this has been one of those World Cups. It's been one of those World Cups. But let me end it like this. Deschamps, you don't want to lose 2 finals in a row. You don't. France, you don't want to lose this when you're so overwhelming, so superior. And you are expected to win. No